Good evening and a very warm welcome, Pufflings, to Sunday Night Live. We're going to wave a sad goodbye to the weekend and we are going to welcome in the new week. And all I can say tonight, I hope you've had a lovely day. I just hope you're feeling better than I am because I've been feeling absolutely pants. I woke up and the lurgy has worsened, so it's like full on heavy cold symptoms now, so forgive me being all coughy and sneezy. And I've had a headache and I've been a bit dizzy. But the worst thing of all is my broken tooth right back there is a little bit more broken, and I've had bloody agonizing toothache all day. Haven't had it for a while, quite a while actually. I can't remember when I last had to take any pain relief. Today, I've been eating them like bloody sweets, darlings. But that does not detract from my orgasmic joy at being here with you tonight, because I know that you lot will cheer me up. And don't feel too sorry for me. I've not had a bad day. I've just been in a bit of discomfort and felt under the weather. I still had a very enjoyable lunch. I've been pottering around the cottage and playing with things. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm talking about radio alarm clocks and the like. And I'm just delighted to be here with you, spending this time together. As I say, I hope you've had a good day. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. And I would love to hear all about it, including, of course, what you have been eating, because we need to see if there are any community snaps. And I'm struggling to talk because I'm all so bunged up. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have a nice sip of wine. That'll help, won't it? And then I will work my way into your comments like a politician working his way into your good books or your trust. And we'll see what you lot have got to say. I feel bloody awful, I do. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And I'm tired as well. I'm tired. It was kind of a full week, what with one thing and another. So hey ho. Cheers. Your very good health. Bottoms up yours, etc. Go on, wine. Do your thing. You see, my friend, Mr. Wine here, he will make everything better. I'll forget about my man flu. I won't be worried about my silly old tooth. But no, all I'll be thinking about is the next glass of wine and some staff curry. Now then, let's get on with the meat and potatoes of the casserole that is this community live stream. And that, of course, means you, the fabulous members of my inner scrotum, who I utterly adore. I do. I adore each and every one of you. And I would love nothing more than to track you down, and when you least expected it, hug you and tickle you until you wet yourself slightly and started crying. Oh, I'd love that. First cab off the rank tonight is Lord Stiff Upper Lip. Oh, and we've got song lyrics. I actually know this one. Oh, you've got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony. Oh, you got 20 acres and you've got 43. And so on and so forth. The Wurzels, you can't beat them, can you? You can't beat them. Seriously, you can't beat them. It's illegal. It's actually against the law to beat a Wurzel. So, and gentlemen, I'm looking at you. If any of you are considering beating your Wurzel, then I strongly recommend that you don't do it. Because beat your Wurzel and you might feel the long arm of the law. And you wouldn't want that on a Sunday night, would you, chaps? Jimmy Quinn is with us. Good evening, Boaty and all. Peter P is here. Good evening, Honourable Boaty and community. Greetings, Honourable community. Peter P, I've got good news for you, my lovely. Thanks to the lovely Sean, I've got a box and I've got bubble wrap and I've got everything needed really to safely transport a highly collectible toast rack to Finland. So I'm going to do that this week. I know I've been saying that for the last, 4.5 years, but I'm really going to do it. Look, Scout's Honour, Your Honour. I didn't do it, Your Honour. All right, I did do it. And I'd like 4 of the fences to be taken into consideration, please. Oh, now, remember what we said last night? We have a community soap opera now. So I hope that you all listen to The Archers tonight. If not, don't forget, it is repeated tomorrow afternoon, or you can catch it anytime on BBC Sounds. And it was a good one tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Emma and, Chris found out about George, and he's not happy with Emma. I can tell you that. He's not happy with Emma. Oh, so, when all the other conversation dries up, we'll have a good old chat about The Archers, darlings. And I will remind you for the 490th time that I used to live in the village that The Archers was based on. And I did a gig in the pub that the famous pub in The Archers is based on. And if you ever go in there, darlings, if you're interested, the village is called Inkbarrow. And you'll find that all of the pictures of the actors, do you call them actors when they're on the radio? I suppose you do, don't you? Don't they? Don't you? Yeah, they're actors. Of course, they're bloody actors. What am I talking about? They're acting, aren't they? Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not acting. And wireless is more important than televisuals, anyway, as we all know. Anyway, so that's something for us to look forward to, isn't it? Now then, where did we get to? Peter P had said hello. Oh, Karen is here under her own banner. Carrie, the delectable and slightly frightening other half of Barry, that guy from SETI Alpha 5. So Karen says hello all, and Barry sees here as well and says hello from me. Oh, and he's got some news, which is bittersweet. You may have noticed I've not been on too much lately. I did notice. I've been filling in for a guy who is now retired, and I've taken over his job. I'm now the area manager full time. Well, congratulations. Oh, it's going to be party night. The only downside, here comes the bittersweet thing, is my workload has just doubled, so I won't be able to do many live chats going forward, maybe one a month. Well, we'll miss you terribly, Barry. You've been a constituent part of the inner scrotum from day one, pretty much, haven't you? So, of course, we'll miss you, but, congratulations on your achievement, and congratulations on a milestone in your professional career. Sorry, darlings, I just need to check that ping in case it's something. Oh, I didn't know that. That was a ping from the lovely Sean to tell me that the Archers scriptwriter was born in Treherbert. So there you go. There's a connection, because for a good many years I went to sleep every night looking at Treherbert Mountain, and Treherbert Mountain was the first thing I saw when I woke up. I need to go back. I need to go back home. Yeah, I feel I should be there a little bit more often. Where was I? Oh, we were congratulating Barry, weren't we? So yeah, we're going to miss you, mate. But this is important stuff, and no doubt very well deserved. And it's going to be more responsibility. It's probably going to be more money. So that'll be nice. You can. I watched your Trans Am video, by the way. And does this mean that you now outrank Karen? So she's not allowed to kill you? That would be a bonus, wouldn't it? For those who don't know, his good lady wife, the lovely Karen, she has an armory in her bedside cabinet Ladies, you ladies in the UK, you might have some face cream or certain uh, marital aids, shall we say. Karen has basically an arsenal in there that if it were to be donated to Ukraine, they would win the war tomorrow. So Barry is obviously either a very brave man, or well, he's obviously a very brave man, isn't he? God Almighty, I'm thinking back to my marriage. Good God, imagine if the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty had a huge weapon in a bedside drawer when she went to bed after too many bottles of wine and was a bit annoyed with me. Doesn't bear thinking about, does it? Dear God. I mean, you'd just sleep in the shed on a permanent basis, wouldn't you? Anyway, congratulations, Barry. Of course, we'll miss you, mate, but I'm sure that we'll be able to keep in contact other ways. You know, we'll fit around you basically. When you get great career progression like this, we will just fit around you. I'll give up work and reschedule the live streams at a time that suits you, or something along those lines, or we'll all move to America, or don't you worry. We will make it work somehow. We will not let you become outcast from the inner scrotum. What? No, not you. Not you. You're you and Karen are far too integral. You're also both heavily armed, and it's only a 9-hour flight across the Atlantic. So I do factor these things in as well. Oh dear. Oh, and Karen is very proud, which is nice. The lovely Sean is with us and is sat here just eating ice cream and strawberries. Oh, that's very exotic, isn't it? In a mining valley in South Wales. Ice cream and strawberries. My goodness gracious. Barry's at home and Karen is at work. Well, that's not going to be the case for much longer, is it? And Barry says, I soon will be at work. I know I'll soon be working too hard. The M11 is with us, the fabulous Emma, and she says, good evening, delightful bugs. Oh, and if you're new to the live stream and you're confused by some of the references, Bogs refers to Boaty's old geezers and gals. It doesn't matter if you're 14, well, not 14, that's too young, but it wouldn't matter if you were 19 or 21 or 23. If you're part of this community, you're an old geezer or an old gal. We're all young at heart. Some of us are knocking on a little bit though, and our bodies are falling apart and all of that sort of thing. Good evening, delightful bugs, and to the devilishly, gorgeously handsome and irresistibly tempting and tantalizing vision that is Boaty. God, I'm not tantalizing it. Well, I mean, I'm never tantalizing, am I? Let's face it. But I'm at my least tantalizing tonight. I keep sweating with the fever. I'm in intolerable pain. Oh, it's not intolerable. Don't exaggerate, man. You're in a bit of mild discomfort. Don't make it seem well. Don't ask them for sympathy, for God's sake. There are people worse off than you, matey, and you would do well to remember it. All right. Calm down. Blimey. Oh, God, and everybody's being absolutely lovely to each other. That's rather nice. And Barry thinks that I look like Linda Hamilton, says Karen. Who's Linda Hamilton? Is that Lewis Hamilton's mum? I don't think I've ever seen her. I've seen his brother and his dad. I don't think I've ever seen his mum. Well, if anybody's got a picture of Lewis Hamilton's mum, then we'll know what Karen looks like. We've had that conversation, says Karen, and no, I don't. And Karen says, I tease Barry and say he looks like Dr. Hunt from Grey's Anatomy. Is that a real character or is it rhyming slang? Because I know that you're not averse to using that word. We will discuss this later, says Karen, somewhat sternly, having been told to piss off by her loving husband. Oh, I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss this. We're like a proper family, aren't we? There are domestics going off in the middle of the live stream. Either that or it's either feast or famine with Baron and Carrie. They're either having a major domestic at home or they're out on date night and then humping each other's heads off. I shall miss that. Jason Fleming, says Peter P. I like that. Now, I recognise that immediately as a Fast Show reference. Bob Fleming. I love Bob Fleming. If you've never seen the Fast Show, just do a search on YouTube for Bob Fleming, and it'll come up with some absolutely cracking sketches. Bob Fleming was a legend. Good evening, folks, says Carl Wells, and a very good evening to you. Bad Books is with us. Good evening, all. Sean says, what that table is missing is a vase of dead flowers. I finally got round to throwing the flowers away, darlings. I finally did it. I was shamed into doing it when I was recording the unboxing video. So I thought it's one thing you lot on the live stream seeing me with some flowers that, you know, obviously shuffled off this mortal coil about 3 years ago. But I drew the line at actually putting it on a video and potentially being judged by, how many views do I get? Potentially being judged by upwards of 32 people around the world. So I haven't done the ones over there. The ones on the windowsill are still there, and they're not much less dead. They've lasted really well. Neil and Sophie got me the ones on the windowsill, and that was months ago, wasn't it? Sorry, darlings. So yeah, I apologise for the lack of dead flowers. And now it looks really bare, doesn't it? I don't like that bit being bare. Now I'll talk about tomorrow in a little while, but I'm hoping that tomorrow at some point I will get the opportunity to nip down to Morrison's, which is my nearest supermarket, and shoplift some houseplants and possibly some flowers for the table. And I can confirm that the third Denby Potter's Wheel plant pot will not be going on the telephone table. I repeat, the third plant pot will not be going on the telephone table. It's too large, darlings. It doesn't look right. Now, the telephone table is looking magnificent at the moment. I keep fiddling round with it. The ashtray went, and it went to be the centerpiece of the coffee table, but it's now back on the phone doings, on the phone table, because I didn't like it on the coffee table as much as I thought I would, and I think it looks quite good on the telephone table. And I've been fiddling around with it. Now, at the moment, the telephone table is, I'm looking at it, right? So the telephone table is on the lower tier from left to right. You've got telephone, you've got ashtray, and then to the front, you've got the money box, which is absolutely, God, I love that little money box. I was so chuffed with that. And I absolutely, I adore it beyond words and beyond measure. If you've seen the video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And quite a few of you have said in comments how absolutely fabulous and perfect it is. And the fact that there's the Welsh connection with Pascal just makes it even more perfect and special. And I am actually using it. It's not just going to be a decorative piece. What I decided to do, and I got a phone call. I forgot that we had phone calls on this show. Right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, sir. See you for the part tonight, sir.
It's Mr. Parry from Put Sunlight in the Whittle, the Leisure Peninsula. Yeah, I'm feeling absolutely bloody awful. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you, sir.
I'm
I had
good.
to laugh when you were doing that video today. I thought you could end up putting that fiver in the bin.
All right.
And when you're pulling your stuff off the tail for where that fiver's going to go.
Right, I can give you the inside story on that fiver, because you're all thinking, "Oh, what a lovely, generous thing for Sean to do, popping a fiver in the money box is like a starter for 10." But when we were chatting on the phone that afternoon, he said he took it to the post office, and they said, "Oh, we'll have to rush this through because if we don't get it done in the next couple of minutes, they're collecting the things. It won't go until tomorrow." He was checking it, putting it into the box and whatnot, and shook it, had a look in. He didn't realise or had forgotten that there was a fiver in there, but it only opens that tiny little bit, and he was really in a rush, and he was trying to get it out, and it was really annoying him that it wouldn't open properly, and it was upsetting his OCD. So he said, "Oh, sod it, he could have some bloody fiver," and just bunged it all in together.
Have you put any coins in it?
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I'm actually putting it to use. I started this last night, and I've decided that when I get home from work, I'm going to put £1 in it every night. So I did it last night, and I've done it again tonight. So £1.
What about your swear box though?
Swear box?
Every time you swear on an ice cream, you could put it in your money box, couldn't you, sir?
Oh, fuck
you could be
that.
rich by Christmas.
Yeah, bugger that. I'll be bloody bankrupt by the end of next week. I mean, God knows I'm nearly there as it is. No, I'm gonna put £1 in every night. I'm not really gonna miss a quid, am I? And then when it's full, I can empty it and we can have treats all round. We'll have some form of community party or something, or it'll pay for a trip or something like that.
Yeah, maybe pay for a trip for you and Emma next year or something.
Yeah, it'll pay for something, and it's nice that it gets that little bit of use. It gives me a reason to look at it every day, and I just think it's so lovely. It's so sweet.
I know my nan used to have one.
Oh, really?
By the phone, a little money box. Back in the 80s, if you want to use the phone, and then she wouldn't take any money, but then she wasn't looking, you just sneakily put the money in.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if we actually had the other thing you've got actually in the shop, or we had it in the house when we had the skip hire business.
Oh, the pop-up Rolodex
Yeah,
thing.
we might have had it in the video shop or the skip hire business, I can't remember.
I love that as well. One. I love that as well. So a massive shout out to our friend Andrew Buttigieg for coming up with the idea, and a massive shout out to Neil and Soph for funding it. Isn't it brilliant? It looks.
I tell you what, it was lethal. It reminds me of them flip cones used to get.
Oh, do you know what? Somebody said, I can't remember who it was, but somebody commented on the video, and it was dead right. They said it's like Arkwright till in open all hours.
Yeah.
And it was.
Do you remember the old flip cones used to get as well, though?
Yeah. But
I used to love it every time you open the till. It was funny, that.
Yeah, and it was exactly like that. The first time I pressed the thing, it genuinely shocked me. But yeah, so I was banging on about the table, wasn't I? So at the moment, you've got the phone, the ashtray, the money box on the lower tier, and then on the upper tier, you've got the lamp, and you've got the flicky uppy Arkwright till telephone thing.
Can I keep you looking like Pete Practice, the TV show?
I've never seen that.
That was based in the Peak District.
Yeah, I know it was filmed around here, and I've never seen it. Yeah. Not even a single episode.
It was I can't remember exactly, but it was in the 90s, I think it was.
I remember it had Kevin Waitley in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think I never watched about 2 series. Didn't watch it after that.
Wasn't there a Bristol in it? Didn't one of them drive a Bristol car?
Yeah.
Ah, there we are.
A few of them drove. I think one of them drove a Range Rover.
Oh, okay, that's sensible, especially around here.
So what do you have for your roast dinner today, sir?
My normal poverty spec version. I had chicken marinated in garlic and mustard, 2 chipolata sausages, just simple steamed potatoes, not tossed in anything, not just simple baby new potatoes steamed, Yorkshire pudding. And I had fresh runner beans from Ram's Garden,
Oh, sounds nice.
some nice hot horseradish, and a good chicken gravy.
Oh, sounds nice. That I had roast chicken myself
Oh,
with like baby potatoes and
nice.
carrots and peas and some gravy
Excellent. Was that at home or did you go out?
at home, and then little Battenberger cakes.
Oh, you do like you like your desserts, don't you?
Yeah, I ended up eating the whole box.
Well.
To be honest, though, I won't buy them if they're any more than 150 because they're nothing special. I won't buy them.
Oh, okay. Oh well, you need a bit of a treat, don't you?
Yep. Is Emma doing the live stream tomorrow night?
We're not sure yet. Possibly, but possibly not.
I had to laugh at the last thing she went to with a little. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a nice little
He's
video.
funny. He seems to take over, but it kind of that's what makes it a thing.
Well, it's kids for you, isn't it? I mean,
yeah. It's something you enjoy together. Like it's like the other as well. It's like when she was using a metal detector.
Yeah.
Something you do together, which is fun.
Yeah. And kids haven't learned to be self-conscious or camera shy, and they like being the centre of attention. So.
Anyway, sir, let you have a good evening. You're a wanker, sir.
Thank you very much.
And I look forward to see you tomorrow night on live stream, sir.
Okay, matey. Thank you.
All right. Good night, sir.
Good night. God bless. Mr. Parry there. Where did I get to? Oh, that's right. I got to about that. So I've kind of finished telling you about the telephone table, haven't I? I think it's looking absolutely fabulous. It raises the question of where is the third ceramic pot going to go? There's the question of the big pot now potentially going down by the booth stand. And what's going to go in there? Oh, it's all exciting stuff, darlings. Oh, and I had a tweak around in my boudoir as well. But that'll be coming in a later video. I wanted to talk to you about all this stuff last night, but I didn't want to spoil the surprise in the video. Anyway. Stop rattling on about the bloody telephone table and read their comments. You know, they come along, they should be in bed. They give you their time. They listen to you rambling on about your arseholing nonsense. The least you can do is to read out their comments. Well, actually, the least I could do would be nothing at all, technically. But you know what I mean. Right, here we go. Neil is with us, the lovely Neil. Greetings, honourable community. Greetings, Neil. Hope we're all good tonight. We have good news on the 45. After its short trip from my garage back home, I can report the clutch doesn't slip. Oh, but the brakes are pants. Oh, well. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Now I've got the Rolling Stones' Dead Flowers going around in my head, says Karen. People are saying hello to Neil. Sophie is with us. Hello, Soph. Hope you're wonderfully well, darling. The M11 has got some food news for us. I made, she says, a homemade pizza, but it was a bit bland. Anybody know any really tasty pizza toppings? Please throw them at me. Hit me in the face with the ingredients. Well, I mean, green chilies are the obvious one, or jalapenos, anything, something like that. Make your own spicy ground beef by just taking some keema and mixing in some, what could you put in there? Some ground cumin, ground coriander, chili powder, turmeric, paprika. Make it all nice and spicy before you whack it on the pizza, and then whack some chili on top, or jalapenos or whatever. Jimmy Quinn had chicken chow mein for lunch and 2 large haddock and mushy peas for dinner. God, you do eat like a king, Jimmy. Neil had homemade spaghetti. Uh, Neil made homemade spaghetti and homemade meatballs with with a red wine and pasta and with a red wine pasta sauce. Blimey! See, Neil doesn't talk about that a lot, but when Neil cooks. He cooks from scratch. He makes his own. He makes his own sauces, makes his own curries, whatever. Fair play to him. Next time you're here, we'll have to have a cook-off, Neil. Chaz Brown is with us. Boaty's going to track us down for his splendid telephone address gadget. I am. I'm going to demand your contact details, darlings. And if you've got any sense about you, you won't give them to me. Let's have a go. I didn't write. Isn't it magnificent? Isn't it magnificently awful? Right, we'll put it on. God, it is a bit fierce. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that thing got in the way. Look, Jesus Christ. I love that. I absolutely adore that. And to think that that magnificence is available anywhere for £6.50 and posted to you free of charge. Honestly, that looks like the wood in my Rover 45. I adore it, and it's such a reminder of childhood, isn't it? And I do feel the need to get. I feel I should do it with a fountain pen. I don't own a fountain pen, but I feel that I should get a fountain pen from a charity shop. And fill in your details with proper old school ink. I'm going to make the chow mein from Boaty's recent video very soon, says Emma. Not sure what I'll use in place of the really good tandoori chicken, though, because I don't work in a restaurant or have a clay oven. It does help to work in a restaurant when it comes to chicken like that. But it's not difficult to do at home, really, if you wanted to. I mean, it doesn't have to be so incredibly complex. I mean, literally, just get a little mixing bowl, bang a bit of yogurt into it, bang some herbs and spices, massage it into the skin the chicken, massage the marinade in, maybe score the chicken a little bit. And just leave it in the fridge for 24 hours and just fry it off. Just fry it off. Honestly, chicken is a little bit bland, isn't it? As we know, so anything that you add to it in terms of a marinade is going to improve it. Or you could just you could velvet it. Now the chicken used in an actual Chinese restaurant or takeaway is what they term velveted. If you go onto YouTube, you'll find some videos showing you how to do that. But honestly, I think if it was me and I was doing it from scratch, doing it at home, then I would just chop the chicken into chow mein sized pieces, chuck it in a bowl, chuck whatever I had lying about on it. You could just marinate it in a bit of soy sauce with some spices or whatever you wanted to put in there. And then just chuck it in the stir fry. Just honestly, any little bit of prep will help massively with chicken because yeah, it is. It is a bit bland if you just eat it as it is, isn't it? But even then, when you if you in the chow mein, if you add the chicken in before the veg, and make sure that you season the oil properly, and just chuck a bit of herb and a bit of spice into the oil while you're frying the chicken and the onion off. It'll be grand. You'll do something wonderful, I'm sure. I'll have to read up on the archers, says Karen. You will. You will. Knowledge of the archers is now an imperative when it comes to this community. Neil says, Emma, are you saying that someone hasn't put a clay oven outside their house for you? I'd knock on their doors and complain. Yeah, exactly. God, the things that are lying around on the streets in Norwich, just waiting for Emma to pick up. Trisha is with us, a lovely Trisha, possibly Paul. Good evening, Jason and all in chat. Good evening to you both. Peter P had baked beans, eggs, canned ham and toast today. Oh, that really is that really is some comfort food there, isn't it? Emma's answering a question. Oh, I missed a comment from Bad Books. I apologize. Bad Books had chicken and salad for dinner and had a great dog walk on Snettisham Beach. Beautiful weather. Oh, I'm glad you had beautiful weather. I bloody haven't. And then, yeah, so Peter P had baked beans, eggs, canned ham, and toast. Emma's asking Bad Books if he's a Norfolk dweller. I'm not frightening, says Karen in quite a frightening way. We, says Trisha, had roast beef dinner this evening, me with a couple of veggie sausages. Oh, roast beef. Roast beef. You see, there's something I could treat myself to when I come to empty my telephone box. Some roast beef. I haven't had it for months and months and months. I can't grumble because my poverty spec Sunday lunches are actually delicious. I kind of do. The reason why I do the chicken and the chipolata sausages is it's kind of my version of chicken with pigs in blankets, because the chicken is garlic and mustard marinated, so that's really tasty. And if you get some really good chipolata sausages, that's absolutely delicious, especially with a bit of hot horseradish. But one of these weeks, I'm going to treat myself to some beef. Sainsbury's do a really lovely little joint of beef, trimmed of all the fat. It's only a tiny little joint, and it's £6, and I can get 3 meals out of that. 2 really good meals, or 3 fairly good meals. So it's not too expensive. It's £2 a meal. Although I normally work on a budget of £1 for a single meal. Oh, now then, possible video coming tomorrow. My scales are working. So I'm going to do the video that either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm going to do the guess how much I weigh. I actually know how much I weigh now. But yeah, I'm going to do so the scales are working. I'm going to do the weight loss challenge thing. I'm going to try and lose 2 stone, and I'm going to put the video up saying, guess how much I weigh. I'll tell you all of my, if you want advance warnings, you can try and work it out. I'm 6'5" tall. I've got a 48-inch chest. I've got a 36-inch waist. 35-inch inside leg, size 11 feet, and my little tinkle is about average for a Welshman, so figure on about 30 or 40 pounds for that. I'm talking about weight, not cost, by the way. So yeah, if you want to try and figure it out in advance, and then in the video after that, I will tell you and show you, so you can see it on the scales. You know, I'm not fibbing. I will show you exactly how much I weigh now, and then I'm going to try and drop some flabber over the forthcoming weeks and months. And I thought about how I was going to do this. And I thought, am I going to eat any less? Well, quite frankly, no. So, and when it comes to weight loss, there are two options. You can do one, the other, or ideally combine the two. So one of your options is eat less. The other option is move about a bit more. Ideally, do both. I don't want to eat any less, so I'm going to move about a bit more. And that'll work well for the channel as well, because if I actually went out and walked, then I would be able to get some content. And it's ridiculous living where I do. People come from all around the world to walk around here. I live here, and I begrudge walking from my back door to the car, let alone walking any further. So that is my plan in terms of weight loss. But I am going to get you to guess my weight, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what I weigh. Brutal honesty. It's the only way, darlings, and you can all talk about me at work. Bad Book says, Emma, I live on the Norfolk stroke South Lincolnshire border, so less than half an hour drive to Snettisham. Okay. Barry says, thank you. It's something I feel strongly about, so I appreciate it. I won't go into detail. I understand that you can't. But needless to say, it's a lot of risk management, security, and investigation work. I'm sure it's absolutely fascinating. And also, we know you, and we know that you're a thoroughly decent chap. And I'm sure that Karen is a thoroughly decent lady chap. And I can imagine that doing that sort of work gives you a real sense of satisfaction, in that you're righting wrongs, helping to protect people. Yeah, so I can imagine that it is very important to you, and I can understand that you would become very, very dedicated to it. So again, massive congratulations on your career progression. And if we only get to see you like in the old inner scrotum once a month, then so be it. So be it. It's like you're our husband and you go after work on an oil rig. You're making loads of money, but we don't get to see you all the time, and we have to be okay with that, and we will be. But yeah, congratulations. And Karen's proud of you, and we are all proud of you too. And you make videos. You have a YouTube channel, so we can also keep track of you there. Although I suppose you'll have less time for that as well, won't you? He'll never outrank me, says Karen. Not at home. Yeah, good point. Good point. Diddly-do. Right, okay, this one is lost on me, but some of you might get it. Barry says, if you've ever seen if you've ever seen Tremors with Kevin Bacon, and you remember the scene with Bert in his basement in it, and he has a wall full of guns, think that. And we're talking about Karen's bedside drawer there. Oh, Bernie 3D Prince, a new name. And new names are always very welcome. Hi, Boaty. I subscribed to you about 2 weeks ago. Well, thank you very much indeed for that. That's a great kindness, and I am grateful. Very interesting chats I listen to. I'm watching just outside of Dublin. I'm an old geezer. Keep up the great YouTube stuff. Well, good on you and welcome. And depending on just exactly where you are, just outside of Dublin, an area I'm familiar with, because I married a lady who was from not far outside of Dublin, Dundalk specifically, border country, border country. But you know, family was spread to Dublin and beyond, so I spent quite a bit of time in that part of the world, and very lovely it is too. But welcome, welcome to the community. And as you're now on the live stream, welcome to the inner scrotum. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for enjoying it. And lovely to welcome you as part of it all. Somebody else from Old Ireland. Wonderful. You can keep Jimmy F500 company and others as part of our Irish contingent. Dirty Barry with your 357. Oh, and people are welcoming Bernie, so that's lovely. Oh dear. We do not have domestic, says Karen. We just disagree a lot and then make up. And Barry says that's exactly it. Well, the making up is the best part, isn't it? Sometimes it's worth disagreeing because make-up sex is like the best ever, isn't it? Well, from what I can remember. It's been a while, darlings. Pocahontas 100 says, and welcome, by the way. I see I had the right guess about the telephone coin box. You did. You nailed it. Boaty says, Jimmy, Lidl have got some nice pot plants. Ah, they're really good for flowers as well. You know what? And yeah, right, I might try and pop to Lidl tomorrow then. Thanks, Jimmy. Oh, excuse me. Neil says, no, every time you have a cigarette, put 10p in there. You'll have 5 grand in there by Christmas. Emma's idea is that I should put £1 in the box every time I break wind. And Peter P's asking, but do I smoke more than I break wind? If anyone wants to stay in touch, says Barry, the easiest way is by email. Bad Books has it and has my permission to give it out. Unless you're someone I want nothing to do with, in which case you can F off. Yeah, just ignore those emails. But hopefully you'll get a chance to pop in every now and then or comment or whatever. Or there's the community WhatsApp or the community messenger. If you use either of those, or maybe we should have an email round robin or something as well for people who don't use anything apart from email. Now, on that note, when I build this website, which I know I've been saying it for ages, but I am going to do it, then I'll try and include some sort of forum type thing for those who don't like using any form of social media or messaging thing. I'll think of something. I try to be inclusive, darlings. And as for the money box thing, well, look, I'm putting £1 in there every night. 2 nights I've done it now. I'm going to keep it up. Vicar. I'm going to keep it up. When I get home from work, I empty my pocket, I put it on the side there, and then I sort out my float for the next day and whatnot. So, and when I do that, I will put £1 in Sean's lovely little box. That sounded wrong, didn't it? And I will keep that up. And that £1 is to cover every time I've broken wind, every time I've said a naughty word, and every time I've had a cigarette. And that's the best that you're getting out of me. The farting one would be the same, says Neil. This time next year, he'd be a millionaire. Bloody hell. Emma says, okay, that's it then. 10p in the box for a fag, 20 pence per momo. Where did that come in? 50 pence for a fart and £1 for a glass of wine. You can sod off. You can all sod off. I don't know. I can't work out if you're just trying to make me miserable by taking away all of my pleasures in life, or whether you're trying to make me bankrupt by... I'm not paying £1 every time I have a lovely glass of wine. Look, I'll put £1 in there every night, and that's your lot. God, what would life be without a glass of wine and a cigarette and some momo and a lovely fart? God, those are all the best things in life. Oh, live stream title. Live stream title. Somebody write this down, please, so I can screenshot it when I get to it in the comments. You can't put a price on wine, fags. Oh, I don't know. You can't put a price on the joys of drinking wine, farting, eating momo, and whatever the other one was. Something like that, and I'll work it out. What was it? There were 4 things there. Emma said it. Right, so you can't put a price on fags, momo, farting and drinking wine. That's it. You can't put a price on fags, momo, farting and drinking wine. Somebody write that down. I'll screenshot it, and that'll be the live stream title for tonight. Because you lot, you've all forgotten your bloody duty, haven't you? You've all forgotten that it is your bounden duty. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Neil. Neil's just pinged it to me. It's your bounden duty to name these live streams. And you used to be very good at it, but you've all forgotten. You've all got lazy. And none of you come up with anything now. And I have to try and think of something at 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm at least half pissed, totally knackered, and my brain really isn't working. Honestly, can't get the staff, can you? I've got, says Sean, a 5-foot parsnip. Nobody likes to show off. Hello and welcome to Welsh Valley Chatterblines. I've got a 5-foot parsnip you could have for your Sunday lunch, says Sean. I'll reveal it on my Tuesday video. Parsnip brag, says Peter P. Karen says something that I can't repeat. And I certainly can't read that, Barry. Bloody hell. I can't read that either, Emma. I can't read that, Karen. Peter P, I can't read that. I can just about read this one. Bad Book says, Boaty's ex says he has a 5-foot parsnip, but she was pulling his leg. That's quite clever. Sarah, the lovely Sarah Parsons, who we all adore. Welcome, Sarah. Hope you're well. Is suggesting pepperoni or chorizo for the M11's pizza. And she goes on to say, I had minted lamb kebabs with red peppers, onions, mushroom, and some etc. Oh, and speak of Andrew Buttigieg, and he will appear. A very good evening, Boaty and everyone. Good evening to you. I have to go, says Karen. It's been a pleasure to meet you all and spend a little time. I will try to drop by from time to time. And I presume this is aimed at Barry. I'll see you at home, hon. Thank you, Karen. You take care and take care of that man of yours. I know you do anyway. And we'll miss you until we see you and Barry again. Oh, and your supper's nearly ready, by the way, Barry says. Oh, yeah, Bad Books. Yes, that telephone book is like Arkwright still. It bloody is. I've got a genuine MG Rover fountain pen, says Neil. I can't write with it to save my life. I also can't muck about with cooking. Sorry. Also, I can muck about with cooking. I'm getting better as time goes on. Well, that's the way it works, isn't it? Oh, and Barry says so it works so it works like every other Rover product then. Sean says that candle on the table is like the Olympic flame. It never goes out. It does. It just, this is behind the scenes stuff, Sean. You're very familiar with that. It gets replaced before the next live stream starts. And I've only got one left. And the reason I'm using those is because this is the one that Emma bought me. And then I bought, when this ran out, I bought a candle from wherever it was that I put in there and used that. And I meant to keep doing that, but I keep forgetting to buy a candle. And then it should be in there, a bigger one. So that is on the list for tomorrow. Oh, I've got a list of things to do tomorrow. I'll tell you about tomorrow in a minute, darlings. Because it's going to be a bit of a different Monday than normal. But I want to make sure that I'm reasonably caught up with the comments. Exploring with Ben and Sam is here and says, woohoo, drinky time. It is indeed. Your very good health, bottoms up yours, cheers, etc. Marvelous. Barry says there will be a video coming soon with myself and my friend discussing Commando with Arnie. It was recorded a week or so ago. Cover your ears. Lots of laddie, sweary humour. Mr. Paddy is asking if I'm at the yard tomorrow. I'll catch up with the comments and I'll tell you about tomorrow. Exploring with Ben and Sam says, damn, my pork shoulder still has 2 hours to cook, marinated in tikka masala sauce. Exploring with Ben and Sam is quite a long name. Are you Ben or Sam or somebody else? I could do with a shorter name, and I would like to be on first name terms with you if that's okay. And I confess, I'm really sorry. I haven't checked out your channel yet, and everybody's raving about it. So I know that I really need to, because we've all got similar tastes here. And if I like something, I tell everybody, because some, if not all of them, will like it as well. And if they like something, they normally tell me, because there's a chance that I will like it. Everybody's raved about your channel, so I really need to have a look at it. So that's going on the list for tomorrow as well. But if I might be allowed to know your name so I can refer to you a little bit more succinctly, I would be grateful. Alan Simpson is with us. Greetings, honourable people. Greetings, Alan. You mighty little chef guru, you. Little chef news. The ashtray sold for £9.99. One of the early starter plates sold at 40-something pounds, and the seller had two of them. So the other one has now gone up to £53. And the only other early starter plate I can find for sale anywhere in the UK is on Oxfam's website. And they want 44 or 45 quid for it, plus £4 P&P. There you go. That is your little chef update, my loves. I picked up a couple of candle snuffers from the street today, says Emma. Neil's giving us all updates on the 45. Oh, that's nice, Barry. Barry's wishing everybody good fortune and good health, and we wish nothing nothing less well, we wish you exactly the same, nothing less to both you and Karen. But you're not going to disappear forever. You're not going to disappear forever, and you're not going to disappear totally. I'm sure you're not. We will find ways to stay in touch. You know, comment on an odd video here or there, and we can see you and we can say hello. But before you actually do bugger off, then congratulations again on your promotion, and thank you and Karen for all of the support, particularly on the live streams over the weeks and months and probably years now, isn't it? So thank you very much. I appreciate your friendship, and we'll be thinking of you. We'll miss you, and we certainly wish you all the best. Don't be a total stranger. And that goes to Karen too. Cheers. Yeah, let's raise a toast to Barry and Karen. Clink. There we go. Oh God, we're talking about bicycles now. Oh, wow, that's more the cut of my job. Sean asks, what's your favourite veg for a Sunday lunch? I do love a Brussels sprout and mint sauce. Well, mine is runner beans. I'm not a fan of many English vegetables. I can't stomach carrots unless they're raw and grated on a salad. I can't do cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, none of those. But I do love runner beans. Cooked just right, maybe tossed in a little bit of butter and black pepper. I could eat those until the cows come home. Neil's going for parsnips and horseradish. Emma's going for sprouts, roasted carrots and parsnips, and say, God, I want that now. A bike build would be a good video series, says Peter B. I've never covered it on a video. I should talk about some of the bike builds I did. As you know, after I was forced to retire from the sport as an athlete, I fell entirely out of love with cycling and had nothing to do with it for a good period of time, certainly well over a decade. But then when I kind of got back involved a bit and I had money then, I did some rather important bike builds. Now, you know that I'm you know that when it comes to hands-on stuff that I'm totally inept. I can't do DIY. I can't even begin to do car mechanics. But weirdly, I'm an expert bicycle mechanic. I'm also an expert frame builder, and I'm an expert wheel builder, because I learned to do those things because I wanted and needed to do them. And I became really, really good at it. And so, yeah, when I got back into cycling, I did some really important rebuilds during my 30s, and told you about it before. I had a business where I would explore Europe, buying up new old stock componentry, European, and I would sell it to the emerging collectors markets in the Far East and America and Australasia. But I also did some really important builds, which are now dotted around the world. So yeah, maybe I should do a video where I show you pictures of them and talk about the stories behind them and the lengths that I went to when I was doing the build. For example, I rebuilt a Panasonic Team Time Trial bike from the 1984 Tour de France Team Time Trial. And I rebuilt it in the early 2000s so exactly that even the cables and whatnot were new old stock from 1984. So it was utterly, utterly perfect. I think that one I sold that to Australia. It's on display in a museum in Australia because I think it might have been the actual bike that Phil Anderson rode in the '84 Tour de France. Well, the frame, the equipment was non-original, but perfectly as original. God, I remember doing the build on that. It was ah, I remember trying to find an Iscasel Tornado saddle in blue, new old stock, and I finally got one from somewhere in. God, I think I bought it in Italy. Paid about, oh God, I paid a lot of money for it. But then I got really good money and really good publicity for all of my builds. Anyway, that's enough about that. I love sprouts and green beans, says Sarah. Oh, and another question from Sean. Do you like a midweek roast dinner? Yeah, that's one of my things. I spoke about this on the live stream a few days ago. I like a Wednesday mini roast. Make it slightly different from your Sunday one. So this Wednesday, I've got my meals planned for the next few days. Supper, I don't need to talk about. You know it's always going to be staff curry. I didn't do my Saturday brunch yesterday because I was busy doing other stuff. So I'm going to have my brunch on Tuesday. Tomorrow, well, actually, until tomorrow morning, I don't know about tomorrow. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Excuse me. Tuesday is going to be a brunch, possibly served on the Little Chef early starter plate. And Wednesday is going to be a midweek roast or mini roast or pseudo roast. So specifically, Wednesday is going to be chicken, stuffing, mashed potato, and the last of the green beans from Ram's Garden with gravy and horseradish. So yeah, I love a midweek roast, Sean. Especially even more so as we're coming into the off season, the old winter. Andrew says parsnip, 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 and then there are a lot of parsnips. Barry says Karen makes a midweek roast every week, Sean. Sarah sometimes does a midweek roast. Emma would do anything for a roast parsnip, and she would do that. She'd do that for a first shake of the vinegar bottle on a portion of chips. Oh, shut up. Don't be awful. Oh, except fly to Finland, she adds that proviso. Oh, I can't read that out. That's disgusting. That's outrageous too, Barry. That's my pilchard. At least I can read that out. Thank you, Emma. Oh, no, this is all awful. This is disgusting. Thank you, Sean. You can't put a price on a fart. Thank God. They've got off into a disgusting, outrageous parsnip area that I don't want to touch with a barge pole. Yeah, I can't read that one out. I definitely can't read that one out. I've read that one out before. Yeah, I can't read that one out. Oh, Emma says a Scrabble score for exploring with Ben and Sam. Peter P says the community Scrabble list should be updated and posted somewhere. It's in the Facebook group somewhere, but it hasn't been updated for a while, has it? Right, let's give right. I thought I had people. Matron, M11, where are you when I need you? We need the Scrabble scores updating, please. I'll do exploring with Ben and Sam now. Bear with me. I just need a quick puff. I was supposed to have gone 10 minutes ago. I'm ill, you know. I'm feeling a lot better now. You lot and the wine are doing their job. Right, exploring with Ben and Sam. Hang on. Right, let's figure it out. And then somebody, for Christ's sake, at least take a screenshot of it, or write it down in the comments, and so we can take a screenshot. So somebody, maybe me, can update it. Right, exploring with Ben and Sam. Where are we? Hold on. Right, okay. 1, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 25, 26, 27, 31, 34, 35, 36. What are we going to do with and? We'll use AND. 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 45. Exploring with Ben and Sam is worth 45. So that's going to be right near the top, isn't it? Maybe second place. Mr. Stephen Paddy from Port Sunlight in the Whittle is obviously still leading. From memory, I think he scored about 70 or something like that. But congratulations, Exploring with Ben and Sam, on a very good Scrabble score indeed, and possibly a place on the Boaty's World podium for Scrabble score channel names. Did we do Sean? I can't remember if we did Sean or not. Thank you, says Barry. We both appreciate all of your friendships. And as I said, Bad Books and Simone have my email. There we go. Bloody hell, you have been busy. And just to finish off, round off, says Barry, just sent my third novel to my editor, and it's been accepted, and it'll be published sometime next year. Brilliant. What have I just been sent? Oh, the Scrabble scores. Thank you. Right, so the Scrabble scores. Oh, yeah, Mr. Stephen Paddy has got 61. He's top. Neil is second with 44. So what did I say? Right, I can't remember what I said that Exploding with Ben and Sam was, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's in second place. So congratulations. Oh, and congratulations on your third novel being accepted, Barry. Oh, dear. I can't read that, Barry. God. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Right, well, I've caught up with the comments, thank God. I've had to ignore quite a lot of them. Bloody hellfire. I love that we have that. I love that you lot go wild in the comments, and I just have to ignore them. But at least they can, at least we can still have that chat. Right, it is time to say goodnight, darlings. I'm going to leave. I'm just going to tell you very quickly about tomorrow. So say your good nights. Tonight's been great. I feel so much better than when I started this. I was miserable as bloody hell, and as always, after an hour or so in your company, I feel a lot better. Okay, tomorrow. Oh, it was 45 Exploring with Ben and Sam. So, oh yeah, you've just picked Neil, haven't you? So you were in second place, and Neil, I'm afraid you've been pushed down to third. Who was in last place? Oh, Peter P. Bless you. You're last. You're the lanterne rouge, to use the French phrase. Oh, well done, Peter P. Well done, Peter P. A pottering harness is no laughing matter. Quite right, too. Oh, shit. I've just made the comments go away. Oh, dear. Okay, Barry. Bless you, mate. Broadsword calling Danny. Bye. all the best, mate. I'm sure. Hopefully, we'll catch up in some way soon. Right, tomorrow, darlings. Tomorrow. Right, numerous factors. The weather's going to be a bit pants tomorrow. Today, I realised that when I'm feeling as bad as I do, and then with the toothache as well, plus I've now got full lurgy, so I'm not going to the yard. I'm tired. I need a rest, to be honest. And even though I don't, it's not like I get to the yard early doors. It's a bit of a rush in the morning, and honestly, I need a bit of a rest. Also, I don't want to give Mustard my lurgy. Also, if I'm feeling that crap, if I'm feeling like I did today, it wouldn't be a very enjoyable day. So all of those reasons, I'm not going to the yard. Now, I've got a parcel arriving tomorrow from Sean, and it needs to be signed for. They tried to deliver it tonight, but I was at work and it's coming tomorrow. But I don't know at what time tomorrow. We'll know in the morning when, you get, or Sean will get the email saying that your parcel will be delivered in this delivery window. So I've kept all of tomorrow free so that I can rest, catch up on stuff in the cottage, mostly rest, and be in for when the parcel comes. Now, depending on how I feel, so I'm definitely not going to the yard. There's no way I could commit to that with everything going on, and it wouldn't be fair on Mustard to rock up and give him my lurgy. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow. It will depend on when the parcel is being delivered. Now, today they were going to deliver between 7 and 9 p.m. Obviously, I'm going to be at work. Not much I can do about that. And it needed a signature. So they weren't able to leave it in a safe place or leave it with a neighbour. So it depends when the parcel is going to be delivered. But things that I might do tomorrow, depending on how I feel. Ideas, anyway. One thing would be to, and I could do this not worrying about the parcel, get all the cars started. I've ignored them for weeks and weeks and weeks. Get all the fleet started, let them run up to temp, shuffle them around a bit, clean them maybe if I feel up to it. Another thing would be to nip down to Lidl or Morrison's and look at flowers and house plants. But what I would really like to do tomorrow, if the delivery permitted it, the delivery time, and if I felt up to it, would be to film a restaurant review, and a very specific one. I've been talking about having a hot dog all this year. I haven't had a hot dog. And that's going to be the premise of the film. And my idea is that I'll do one of those things where I film just a few seconds of each stage of a journey and talk about how I've been promising myself a hot dog all year, haven't had one, didn't get one at Gulliver's, didn't get one at oh God, what's it called? Oh, Great Yarmouth. Didn't get one there. Didn't get one here, there, everywhere. And so the video will just be a restaurant review of the Terrace Cafe at the Heights of Abraham. So my idea is that hello, welcome, blah blah blah, here at Windy Bum, and then there'll be a few seconds of me driving somewhere lovely, talking about the fact that I haven't had a hot dog, and explaining that I'm going to get a hot dog before the season comes to a complete end. But it'll be split in tiny little bits of film of me here, then in the car driving, and then getting on the train at Cromford Station, then getting on the cable car at the Heights of Abraham, and then it'll go into the review of the Terrace Cafe, where you can get a hot dog and chips on their menu. And the Terrace Cafe looks very nice. I know where it is now. Obviously, when I went there with Emma, we went to the restaurant rather than the cafe, but the cafe looked equally lovely. So that's my idea of a little story to do and tie it in with a restaurant review, and I'll review the hot dog and chips is the idea of it. But I'd make 2 videos out of it, because I'd do some extended footage for the daily diary, and then from that I would take the little bits for the intro and outro of the restaurant review, and then there would be the restaurant review itself. But that will depend on when the package is going to be delivered. The weather forecast says it's going to piss it down with rain until about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that, and then it's going to be clearer. I'm going to need a lie-in in the morning. I'm going to need a relaxing morning, because I am tired. I know I've got the lurgy, and I know I've got the toothache thing, but I'm just a bit tired and run down, and I just need a little bit of a rest. I've not got a video going out tomorrow. I haven't filmed anything today. I might quickly film a quick weight loss thing to put out tomorrow night in the 19 slot. Again, depending on how I feel tomorrow. But if it was going to be delivered, the package, if it was going to be delivered like before 1 o'clock or after 5 o'clock, then I'll probably go and do the Heights of Abraham tomorrow, if I'm feeling up to it, because I've got, thanks to the lovely Emma, I've got the annual pass. I'm very keen to make the most of it, and I figure there's quite a lot of stuff that I can film up there that might be fun, and I'll just enjoy it. So there we are. That is the plan for tomorrow. There will be a live stream tomorrow night, of course, Monday Night Live. You might just be stuck with me, or it might be me and Emma. We don't know yet. It's little Lumpkin's first day at school. You know how that is, all of you parents. You'll know how fraught that can be. But it's not just his first day of the new school year. It's his first day of school, full stop. And that's a really, really big thing, isn't it? So Emma's not committing to tomorrow night, quite rightly, because she might be absolutely knackered after all of the doings during the day. You don't know what state that little Lemon is going to be in after his first day at school. He might be all super excited and hyper. So it makes sense not to commit. She might be with us tomorrow, but she might not be. Either way, there'll be a live stream tomorrow night, the earlier time than normal, 10 o'clock, and we will have a lot of fun. And I hope you can join me. I'll just check the comments before I sod off. God. Get well soon, Boaty, from Nurse Lemon. Shall I get Matron to come and mop your brain? Barry is really, really off now, as are we all. All right, I'm going to go for sure this time. Disgusting, blatant puffery. See you all later down the road. It's been a pleasure. It really has, Barry. You and Karen, you both take care, and all the very best to you both. Andrew is wishing all the best to Little Lemon on his big adventure. And yeah, so from the community, we all wish Little Lemon well, and Emma well on coping with Little Lemon. And on that note, I'm going to bugger off, darlings. Thank you for lifting my spirits this evening, and I genuinely mean that. I was feeling thoroughly miserable when I started this, and now I'm feeling uplifted and just generally great. And have yourselves a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day that you possibly can tomorrow. Take every little bit of joy from anywhere and everywhere that you can. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those who you love and who love you. Very best wishes to Baron and Carrie, and Baron and Carrie, Karen and Barry. And thank you for your time and love and support and friendship. All the best to you both. And that's it. Much love from me. Join me tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, Monday Night Live, if you possibly can. And sending you all the love in the world. Thanks again, guys. Have a great Monday. See you tonight. But you, and indeed, bosh.